Hey, what's up, guys? It's MetaGamesGX, and we are here doing another commentary because I actually decided to record in 1080p this time. It's Branded v Purrely, post-DUNE. The Branded player wins the die roll and starts off with a fusion deployment, a Cartesia, pretty standard play for Branded. We see a Super Poly in hand, but then he goes out to a Luber to dodge the Imperm. It's a huge thing to do in Branded, to have that Cartesia out, especially everyone that is on Imperm. It can be an FTK against the deck. We just see a Lubellion come down to search a Saronir, so we are going to likely see a full combo Branded right here. Now, I know Jamie, the pilot of the Branded deck, and he does not run Gimmick Puppet to my knowledge. He runs a spicy build with TEARLAMENTS and ishizus and a Regain Dungeon, so it's going to be very combo oriented. And you know, I know Gimmick Puppet is very, I mean, we see the Guignol come down to send the Retribution, and then we see Saronir come down and then tributed off for Saronir or Lubellion, and now Saronir is going to send the Lost, which is likely going to come back to hand, and we see a Beast come down through the Lubellion, which is very spicy main deck. It's a card I've debated on main decking because it's very good against Floodgates. But we see an Ash on the Branded Fusion, unfortunately, which does stop the combo. He's a little bit short of a Branded in red, and I think he sets the Super Poly, and you know, then the Purrely player goes. So we'll see how this goes. Purrely player has a few memories and a Super Poly, so we'll see a pretty memory come down, which allows the player to special summon, obviously, a Purrely. Basically, it's all discard. All the cards are quick play emergency teleports, and then we have a hella mill right here between the field spell and, or sorry, sleepy memory, and I think that's what he just, no, he took the other one, my bad. It's going a little bit fast. I'm trying my best. I do know these cards, though. I'm trying with the commentaries. It's just hard to commentate some of these decks I'm not too familiar with, which is kind of sad. I've topped a regional, I still don't know some decks. Purrely comes down, which is the Black Cat, which recently got a second Black Cat, which we see on the playmat of our, he has the Purrely playmat, perfect, and we see the search of the Purrely Leap. We don't see a Purrely Shirley, though. I'm going to try to get his deck profile, because he did top this this locals. I've gotten like 3 deck profiles from Purch. It's kind of insane, but Purch is the homie. Shout out to Purch. So we're going to see my friend Purrely come down, which is definitely one of the best cards in the deck. It allows, you know, recurrence, and you get to basically search out a free Purrely card. It's pretty insane for the deck. It's like 10 key on crack. I also saw that the Purrely player was playing Draw, which just goes to show that this deck really has incredible deck building advantage. In order, like, you have a lot of space. You can run Prosperity. You can run hand traps. I feel like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, like the state of this modern Yu-Gi-Oh is starting to get figured out, where it's like you need like the definition of a good deck. Oh yeah, also, guys, we have a Purrely Beauty come down, which this is the quick play, target one effect monster your opponent controls and negates effects until the end of the turn, and if it has a pretty memory, you can do up to thrice per turn, or no, you can rather attach something on the field as material, which is quite insane, and then you can change a battle position. Beauty's insane. So we're going to see a Super Poly get attached, which is really good for the Purrely player, because if the Purrely player started extending more, he would have, which apparently he can't, which is, you know, kind of like what Purrely sometimes ends up doing. They don't have the strongest, like, going first boards. It's really just like end on and exceed plus the trap. I'd like to see how Purrely Shirley comes into things, because I know the OCG is not running it right now. You know, like I was saying, I really do want to get a deck profile, but you know, I've even uploaded it, but we have another deck profile coming from Purch, so we'll have to see. Then we see a Zeus come down, which kind of, I think, symbolizes the weakness to Purch's hand. However, it might just be enough, given, I mean, the Retribution is banished. We have Lubellion in Graveyard, which is pretty dead. So our Branded player is going to really have to, I mean, he does draw Cartesia. If he runs the second Cartesia, he can do, or he can do something with Branded Loss. I know he has a Mercurier in hand, so he can make Planet Stepelia, which could get over the Zeus pop. However, it's not going to. I mean, he needs to get the Beast really on deck, or rather alive with a Bestial, and if he could get a Dragon on board, but he really can't without Albaz or Way to Fusion, which is unfortunate. Let me see him doing a big thing here. Yeah, like I was trying to get into that conversation before, like Purrely is one of the best decks, including kashtira, I think, going into the next format, because they're able to run so many hand traps. Power Prosperity, which is one of the best cards in the game. I've been saying this for a while. It probably should go to 1. Like, I don't know, it's just like Pod Duality on crack. Maybe it shouldn't, but we'll see. And we see a mill. We see the actually brand player pass, which is crazy. And we see a Sleepy Memory come down, which is going to discard a Purrely Leap and special out a Purrely. And the Purrely is going to do its thing, and he's going to try to exceed, I believe. Oh, no, he's going to do them add, which is pretty good. Like, Purrely... Oh, no, it's going to do... Except for a quick play spell. Purrely is interesting. You can add 1 Purrely card from your deck to your hand except a Purrely quick play spell. So we are going to see Purrely to succeed into a Purrely Noir, brand new card from Duelist Nexus. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card and then target 1 card your opponent controls, or up to 2 if it has Purrely Sleeping Memory as a material, and return those to the hand. Really broken, because Purrely Sleeping Memory, as we know, is one of the best cards in the deck, and up to thrice per turn you can activate a Purrely quick spell, or you can activate it and attach a card on the field to this as material, which is then set 1 Purrely trap. It's just, it does so much. Like, that thing is arguably almost as good as Noir, if not better, because it just does a lot. And then we see a Purrely Happiness come down, and Purrely Happiness is kind of like the battle card, the battle advantage card, essentially. And it's almost like a Gale, where you can have attack of 1 face-up monster on the field, and then you can get rid of your opponent's set cards. So he's kind of just doing the Purrely advantage game rather going into the Noir, which is quite interesting, that the deck is like good enough to just like play with the Zeus plus the Purrely plus like just playing the advantage game. I mean, with the hand traps, it's really devastating. I could really see this deck being one of the best decks in the meta. It's gonna be interesting. I think like Drawl is obviously one of the best cards against the deck. But even then, like, you know, D barrier is gonna be a thing because of, you know, Purrely and Branded. I think Branded is gonna be very good, but it just has the issue where you can't run that many hand traps without breaking consistency. Like, you can't run hand traps under 40 or at 40 unless you're cutting key cards. So you see a fusion deployment come down with the Cartesia, and we are going to try to resolve, but there is a Ghost Mourner, which I was trying. Oh, and then we see a Imperm on the Cartesia, and then we see a Scoop that is brutal. You know, this is just the strengths of Purrely, the fact that the deck is able to just do an insane amount of stuff with very little engine. All its cards are starters. You know, every card's a emergency teleport. All you need to do is discard. It's really interesting to see that the deck has cut its discard engines. It feels like it doesn't really need to, because you can, if you're discarding quick plays or whatever, you're gonna recycle them with the continuous, or it's like you have hand traps. I don't know, the hand traps I feel like just come up better. Like, even if you're discarding hand traps, it's like, okay, you'll have other hand traps because you're strong. So yeah, I don't know, the deck's insane. Purrely Sharedly, I'm gonna look right now. Target 1 Xyz monster you control, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck, but negate its effects, and then special summon from your extra deck one Purrely monster with same rank but different attribute. So it's basically it's just like a free Purrely Noir on top of one, and then you can go into it. So I'm kind of confused, so maybe that's why they don't run it. But we see the branded player start with the branded opening into a Luber, and we see an imperm pass. Oh wait, no, we see an imperm set one, and then he special summons Ecclesia. Just thinking that he set one, and we'll. Oh no, he's just gonna pass on the Ecclesia, so he can do a special summon of Albaz on his opponent's turn, which is really cool. I've debated on putting Ecclesia back in my branded deck. I think it's really okay, but it's like this is like the situation where it's good, and it's like most of the time you don't want like your other cards can spec Albaz on your opponent's turn, so it's like not that great in my opinion. We see the Purrely player with several good cards, including DD Crow, which is interesting. He's on Crow, and I know he probably runs Bestials too, but he just has the extra hate. And we see a Purrely Happy Memory come down, which is going to special summon out Purrely, the OG, and we do a mill, and we see another Purrely Happy Memory, probably not the best mill, and then we're going to use its effect to exceed with a pretty memory, which is going to allow him to send one other card you control to the graveyard and target and to destroy a card on their side of the field by targeting. We see a Purrely come down after the Purrely Beauty exceeding with the Purrely, and we are going to get a search of the continuous Purrely, so I guess that's what you do with Purrely. You search the My Friend Purrely. We're learning Purrely together, folks. Honestly, this deck is quite good. I would love to play it. I just didn't pick it up when it was cheap. To be fair, it was really never cheap. It was like, I mean, like, it was cheaper than it was, but like the cards were still all like $15, $10. I mean, Rescue Ace I got for dirt cheap. That was like Hydrants at $5, and the rest was like the Ultra was $1. So we are going to see a Ecclesia pop off to get Albaz out. Now, Beauty's a negate though, but then we see a Super Poly come down, which is hopefully going to allow Mirrorjade to do a lot for him. However, he has 2 cards on top of the My Friend Purrely, which is going to allow him to plus a lot more. So if he just has more memories, he can keep extending because the Purrely cards are not once per turn. At least the monsters. Obviously the spells are, I believe. Oh wait, never mind. Wait, yeah, let's see. Yeah, they are not once per turn, folks. That is crazy. They are custom cards. We see another Purrely Happy Memory come down. Yeah, that's just like, this deck's insane. So we are going to see the Purrely player just debate on how he wants to break a board of Mirrorjade. And we see another Purrely come down. Going to see a mill. Wow, this deck's so good now. Also, he's on Grapha. I guess he is on the Dark World engine now. That was my bad. He is on a Dark World discard engine, which is very spicy. And we are going to see Mirrorjade banish the Purrely, which is probably not the play, but I could be wrong. So you could at least banish the next Exceed. But then we're going to see an Purrely Happiness come down, which is obviously the battle and attack over the Luber, so he's able to search out of his deck for another Purrely card. Just play that advantage game because I think the branded player has 0 cards in hand, and then he's able to pop the Mirrorjade because of that, which is really... Oh no, he's going to have the attack, and he's also able to attack again. I think that's what happened? No, I'm a little bit confused right now. But you got over the Mirrorjade, which the Mirrorjade will pop. Looks like there's a little bit of a discussion going on. I'm not sure, folks. But we're going to see the search of Purrely Leap, which is going to allow him to just infinitely establish a board state that... Oh yeah, and also Luber is going to come down after the Mirrorjade leaves the field, which is definitely not something that isn't going to help him, but it's also probably not enough because Despia, the exceedingly fair deck everyone complains about once it has an unfair card, a Luber's once per turn on either effect, which is just like, oh, okay, Shout out to the Purrely cards. They're never even once per turn. So we see a set 4, set 3, which is going to be pretty hard. Like we have to basically see Harpy's Feather Duster, if not like on top of multiple things. I don't know. Ecclesia does come back to hand at least. And we're going to see Purrely, we're going to see attempt to get into a Noir with multiple materials. And Pruch, he just knows the Branded deck too because he plays it. He just knows that he needs to get over a Titanic Lad. And at that point, Noir is at an attack stat which would get over any normal Titanic Lad, like maybe not a Nibiru Titanic Lad, but even then he's able to keep attaching through the Noir effect. So and we see Bestials in hand, so yeah, it's looking pretty good for the Purrely player right now with like 2 minutes to go on the video, folks. But you know, that is what it is. I think that Branded has to play a floodgate game against Purrely to try to win for the most part, because Purrely has just like way too much going on with it. And yeah, to be honest, like Purrely without, or Branded without Gimmick Puppet has a bad matchup. But like Branded with Gimmick Puppet, I feel like does have a pretty good matchup against Purrely. As long as you are able to establish some sort of board presence with Gimmick Puppet, you are good. And obviously the hand traps suck, but like Dragoon is also a pretty good card. But that's why I like Purrely's top tier. It's just like, it's an insane deck. Like all the cards are 1-card starters. I mean, technically 2-card because you have to discard, but yeah. We're going to see Purrely do its thing, search cards, and the Branded player pass. So yeah, it's just looking like game from here for the Purrely player. GG's to Pruch. Now let's see how this goes. He's going to activate another pretty memory. Haven't we gone through all these cats? Like, it's insane that this deck is able to do with 6 cats. Do all this with 6 cats. Like, imagine they released another cat. That'd be crazy. And now, I'm not even sure what you'd have to hit with this deck at this point. Like, probably, I don't even know. But that's GG's. That's GG's, folks. That's GG's, folks. Alright, have a good one, everybody. If you like this commentary type style, please let me know. I'll do more of it, but they take extra time, so I'm going to do mostly raw footage. See you guys later. If you want the Purrely deck profile, let me know below. Bye!